Hello and welcome to episode 92 of the Lightpole podcast. I am your host for the day, Darian, along with my co-hosts, Kyler, Joey, and Wiley. And Ren, our usual sound producer. He's in front of the camera today. What's going on, Ren? And we have a pretty compact episode today. There wasn't much going on in terms of movie news, but our main topic of the day is going to be highest paid actors of all time. Highest paid actor roles of all time, that kind of thing. So we'll be going over that stuff, and we'll be discussing Loki episode 2, which I'm sure we all have some thoughts on. None of us have talked about it yet, so we'll just we'll jump into it.
Joey and I a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Unreal.
Yeah. Why are you guys cheating all the time?
Because y'all took too long.
I watched it yesterday.
Oh, well, so did I. So Darian took too long. He didn't watch it
I literally
today.
could not have possibly watched it any earlier. It came out yesterday, and I watched it yesterday.
I did take a while.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
we'll just get into movie news. Wiley,
Movie news is canceled this week.
Or entertainment.
There wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't much going
Not
on
really.
this week. The one thing. This might have even been last week and I just skipped it, but there's some shirts came out, kind of like a first look at Thor, Mighty Thor, and Valkyrie for the new Thor movie, Love and Thunder. It looks pretty cool.
Share it for us so we could see it here.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
I love the like retro.
Yeah, it's like
to
very
it.
like 80s and
Yeah. The font and everything.
Oh, I would die. That is such a cool shirt, man.
It's awesome, right?
Beautiful.
She's gonna be so jacked for this movie.
I know, it's crazy. Have you seen her?
Bro, she
Have you
already
seen the
looked
set
jacked.
photos?
Oh,
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Dude, she's nuts. She
Yeah.
looks huge.
She's on the same stuff as Chris, yo.
Yo, it's
That's
crazy.
fact.
She looks,
That's scary.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't even know what to say
He's
about
gonna
that.
pull it up.
I felt legitimately threatened when I saw those pictures.
Like, look at this. All I did was look up Natalie Portman buff. Look
What if
Oh my god!
Look at that.
Dude, we have the same shirt and she fills it in better than I do.
I do that walking around the gym like as a joke, and she's just walking around set like legit.
what if her
Yeah.
voice is deeper? Steroid use.
What happened to Asgard?
Thor, I love you.
Oh man. All right. Has anybody here seen Beauty and the Beast, the live action one?
Yeah.
Oh, I
What
heard
did you
they're doing a prequel,
No.
no?
Yeah.
That's the one with Emma Watson.
Watson, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it. I've also never seen the original, which shouldn't surprise you guys. But
It was
Like the
Original?
animated version?
yeah.
Darian.
Do you?
There's nothing
What,
that attracts
life?
me to watch Beauty and the Beast.
No, but that's
No,
like
me
it's not
neither,
even
but
attractive.
Those are classics.
Those are one of those movies that you're like in school and they play when it's like a holiday and
they pull out the what is
the-
it, the TV,
the
and
TV
everything.
on the
Yeah, the
cart
TV
and
on
they
the
play
cart.
some movie that nobody wants to watch. Like, come
Kids
on.
these days don't know anything about that.
No,
When
they
you
got
walk
some-
into class and you
whatnot.
see the TV on the big
Oh, you know
like
it's a
rolling
good
cart,
day.
and you're like,
You know
oh,
it's
yeah.
a good day.
Now they just put it on the smart board. That's boring.
That's kind of whack. Smart boards weren't a thing till like my junior year in high school.
That was when teachers had hangovers and we didn't know it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
They had a rough
Watching
night.
Why I
Bill
watched
Nye.
so many movies in second grade.
They had a rough
Exactly.
night the night before and they're like, yeah, I'm not teaching today.
So we're putting on Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. Oh, I love it. Well, anyway, they're making a prequel movie to
Yeah.
the live action. It's about Gaston and I don't know whoever the other guy is that Luke Evans plays.
Luke Evans plays Gaston,
Oh, then who does Josh Gad play?
the like
He
sidekick.
plays the
dude.
clock, right?
Not Gaston.
Didn't he play
no,
the
no,
clock?
no,
No.
He plays like Gaston's sidekick.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's going to be them two. They're going to be leading it.
Emma Watson isn't going to be in it though, right?
No. This is like before.
She like, retired from acting, I think.
What?
Yeah. You know what? We should do another episode on that. Actors you didn't know were retired. Cameron Diaz is on
Yeah.
that too.
Holy, okay, stop. We're saving that for the episode now. 'Cause
Yeah,
I had no
Cameron
idea about
Diaz
either
did.
of those.
Jessica
Yeah.
Alba also.
Oh, really?
hmm She hasn't done anything.
Whoa,
Darren and I
okay.
made the same look.
Sheesh, that's my woman right there. Jessica
Oh.
Alba is an angel, first of all. And she is dumb rich from her business ventures now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fantastic
Exactly.
Four.
No, no, she made that movie, but Honest Kids, the juice boxes and all that stuff.
That's
That's
her.
her company,
Honest Kids
Yeah.
is her. Ren
What?
drinks those.
and they're good.
Yeah, Ren drinks those.
We stocked up on the daycare. Like all daycares use them now. And you know how much money they make? Yeah, it's her company. Honest
Really?
Products or whatever it is. I don't know what else they make, but
Gwyneth Paltrow owns some kind of like health.
it was it
drink
Goop?
It's candles. It's candles.
Yeah, I think so. Actually,
Goop?
no,
No.
it's like a health like a antibiotic.
Don't
drink
look through her website.
Yeah.
Probiotic. Whatever.
It's
Didn't
not
someone-
family friendly.
Yeah.
Her website isn't family friendly.
Her products. She's a weirdo. She's a weirdo.
Moving on.
Yeah, we can just move on.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, I guess.
Yeah. Lin-Manuel Miranda
Ooh.
in the
Oh,
news
boy.
for two different things. So we all know the fantastic Hamilton.
Well, all of us except for Wiley.
You still haven't seen Hamilton?
No.
When
He
you
hasn't
go
seen any
when you
musicals.
go watch Aladdin, Pocahontas, Beauty and the
Okay, yeah.
Beast, all
Wiley's
this other
never
stuff,
watching
then
Hamilton.
I'll watch Hamilton.
He has ground to stand on with that argument. I understand. Well, Hamilton's great. Okay.
Hamilton is fantastic.
It is awesome. So he just came out with his new musical movie called In the Heights, which
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah.
had a pretty
HBO. It's on
disappointing box
HBO,
office
right?
weekend. Yeah, it only made 11 million in the box office, but that's because it also premiered on HBO Max, and they don't release their numbers of viewership or rentals or anything like that.
Hmm.
So who knows how much he really made from it?
You
But-
know, I am 24 years old. This is the first time in 24 years that I've ever seen Bustelo, Café Bustelo commercials. And it's because of In the Heights. I guess
Why?
it's like advertised in the movie or something like that. Like they drink it or talk about it or something like that.
Well, it's all about
they-
Hispanic culture. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're constantly playing these Bustelo commercials. And then at the end, it says like featured in the Heights. I'm like, that's what you're rolling with, like Café Bustelo, which has been around forever,
In
is
the Heights.
this movie that just came out.
Really?
Yeah, it's the only coffee that anyone who likes coffee should ever drink. By the way,
Yeah, I don't know how people don't know about Bustelo by 2021. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
it's the yellow brick or can or whatever type
Yeah.
of coffee that you see in every store.
You got to go with the brick,
Huh.
and then empty into your own container.
You
I
can
do
have it in a
cups.
Keurig if you want. Yeah.
Yeah,
They have cake cups.
Oh, the Keurig's straight too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some controversy going on. And
I haven't heard
we
about
don't really,
this, so now I want to
yeah,
know.
we don't really get deep into political controversy or anything like that. But basically, well, we try
we
not
try
to.
not to. You love it.
We try not to. Basically, what happened was when Hamilton was getting a lot of popularity, he got a lot of flack for putting slavery to the side and praising the founding fathers for creating, this insane superpower out of their 12 minds. Pretty crazy.
Mhm.
And they were like, you can't put slavery aside. And he's like, I wasn't putting slavery aside. Look at the characters. Like
That wasn't
Ben
the focal
Franklin.
point of the
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
We have minorities playing all these characters. Like it just shows how far we've come. All that kind of stuff. So
Immigrants, we get
yeah.
the job done.
So that settled down. But now within the Heights, you would think there'd be no type of controversy with a movie that's literally Hispanic focused, all kinds of diversity in the movie and stuff like that.
Not enough white people.
No, not enough Afro Latinos, which are
Dominicans.
Oh my
and-
God.
it's darker skinned
Yeah.
Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and stuff like that.
So there are the whole cast is pretty much Latino, but
Yeah.
it's not enough Afro Latino. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
No, I'm not. It's
That
So-
is what I hate of this new like generation of people. Nothing anyone does at all will ever make everyone happy.
No.
Someone has to find something to complain about, and then a million people jump onto the bandwagon and are just like, "Oh, yep, cancel that." That is
it's
garbage
crazy.
because they don't have enough of this one niche thing.
And you know what that leads to? That leads to diversity requirements and a checklist of all these different categories that you have to have in everything you do, which is
Yeah.
remember what was it? The Oscars that are doing that next year? Something I forget. The Oscars
Grammys,
One of-
probably.
aren't Grammys music. It's one of the movie things. Are Grammys music or TV?
There's no
Grammys-
Grammys is music.
Music.
It
Emmys,
would be
Emmys are TV.
Emmys, Golden Globes, Oscars.
One of them is doing something where you're required to have X amount of Black people, X amount of Hispanic people, and
Like
X
as
amount
winners or as nominees.
to be a nominee. X amount of
nominees.
LGBTQIA plus people.
See, that just completely
but that-
invalidates the point of
Exactly,
the award because
exactly.
you
If
may
you're
not
not doing a
deserve
good
it, but just
job,
because,
yeah.
that's stupid.
Because you fall into that little like subcategory, you're automatically going to be nominated because they have to fill a slot.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah,
You
I don't
explain
like
to me how a movie about South Sudan in 1955 is going to fulfill all those requirements, including the LGBT one. You let me know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some movies that it just doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, that's art. You can't dictate. You can't.
No.
Art is not color in the lines. It's whatever the director and the writers see fit.
Exactly. You can't say, "Oh no, you need to check off every single one of these boxes for this movie to be considered like culturally appropriate." That's not how that works.
So he
Because
apologized.
half of those movies that you would literally have to force it to be in the movie, and then it's blatantly obvious, and then they complain because they're like, "Oh, you didn't make it feel natural."
And there'll be something else to complain about. Exactly. That's how it is. It's
That's
frustrating.
So stupid.
And I'm excited to see the movie because it got really good reviews. And I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. He was like
Rosa-
the chillest dude.
Rosa Diaz, isn't it? From Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Is she really?
Yeah.
So
But-
is Mark Anthony, bro.
But it's like her own, her real
Rosa
natural
Diaz.
state where she's
Which
Rosa,
one's Rosa?
the mean one.
Okay.
The
But
one that
in,
this
you know,
dude
in
is
real
obsessed
life,
with.
she's like super happy and giddy and like,
I refuse to believe that.
no, oh really?
No, I
Look
can't.
up one interview with
No,
her.
I don't want
And
to.
this one, she's like singing
Because
and she's like, but I
in
always
my
say I'm
head,
the queen.
she
So she's
hates
all happy.
everything about everything, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, no, she's
And she's always threatening to
she's
hurt
literally
someone.
180, 100% polar opposite. Like,
I
speaking
don't
of polars, I did say the Arctic Ocean was in the north when we mentioned the Southern Ocean, and they're like, no, it's in Antarctica. It is in the north, so it does make sense. Basically, there's an ocean in the North Pole, there's an ocean in the South Pole, and let's leave it at that. I just want to, clarify those things for,
That's
Whoever
all
was wondering.
valid because the Earth is flat.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what we need.
One
to
of my
understand.
favorite things is watching flat earthers debunk
Disprove
their own yeah.
Yep.
Like the
I
one
watched the whole Netflix documentary about
oh
that.
my god.
It's hilarious when they're trying to be like straight up serious and
Yeah.
do like scientific discoveries. And no, the Earth is flat. They've been lying to you, and they prove time and time again that the Earth
The
is
one with the
perfectly
light?
spherical.
The one with the light in the hole from, and they're like
Oh
a
my
different,
God.
oh my god, I love that one.
Dude, this guy, B.O.B. Is it B.O.B.?
Yeah, B.O.B. He's a flat
Yeah,
earther.
yeah. Okay, he was raising a GoFundMe, and it was like for like some ridiculous amount. It was like $2 million or something like that. And he met the goal. He wants to send his own satellite, like made by flat earthers, so that there's no like government hands on it to prove that it's an actual sphere. To send a satellite to space. He met the goal, which I don't think he was expecting. So now he had to like retcon the idea and do like, oh, well, I think we need to do more research on Earth before we start sending stuff up into space. So in the meantime, there's $2 million or
Just
over
chilling.
$2 million sitting in a GoFundMe account that can be used for a whole bunch of very good things. But instead, it's sitting in a GoFundMe run by a person who's already a millionaire to go up to space, make a satellite to prove that the Earth is flat.
A satellite only
that
costs
is
$2 million. It's not that pricey for a
No,
satellite,
it's not
dude.
That pricey.
It's probably not that big
doubt
of
it's
a
gonna be
satellite
as
either.
big as the ones that are up there now. It's probably
Yeah.
smaller.
It's probably
But the
not even a
problem-
satellite. It's just like a drone that can withstand
Yeah, yeah,
space.
you're
Space
probably
run.
right.
Yeah.
The problem with
insane.
those people is every argument that you debunk, there's another one that they're ready to throw at you because that one didn't work. So
You know
could
they
be
don't
like,
believe in gravity.
This is just as bad as anti-vaxxers.
Yeah,
I can't.
flat
The-
earthers straight up don't believe in gravity.
The magnetic keys aren't
Have you
magnetic,
seen that,
people. Keys are not magnetic. If you
Kyler.
put a magnet to a key, nothing will happen.
let me, you know what? Let's pull up
Wait,
the
wait.
clip of this
Why are we
lady
talking
doing
about
this.
magnetic keys?
Have you seen the anti-vaxxers
that-
for the COVID vaccine? Have you seen those people?
Well, I work with some.
Well, yeah, they're saying like you become magnetic after you put the vaccine.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so people have been taking keys or objects
On their sweaty
sticking them-
skin and sticking
sticking
it
them
to
on-
themselves.
against the oils of their bodies.
Yeah.
Let me show you.
They're saying that they're magnetic now.
Yes.
There is some people that are like, I'm sorry, because they're like, dude, put powder because the oil of your skin is actually,
Yeah, the guy. I saw that guy that did
surface area. And he's like, oh,
That's
I'm sorry.
hilarious. Oh my god.
And all of the 5G
This is the big
towers.
one right here. This girl.
Yes, vaccines do harm people. By the way, so I just found out something when I was on lunch, and I wanted to show it to you. We were talking about Dr. Tenpenny's testimony about magnetic vaccine crystals. So this is what I found out. So I have a key and a bobby pin here. Explain to me why the key sticks to me.
I'm sorry.
Look at the woman's
Look
face.
at the lady in the
behind her.
back. Yeah.
Got this. Yeah, so if somebody can explain this, that would be
Not even
great.
sticking to her
It's not
neck.
even sticking there.
Look at Giancarlo Esposito in the back, dude. Nah,
That
but
is the cringiest thing. See, stuff like that I can't handle.
That's what I'm saying.
I fall apart.
how do you argue with
He's
like?
not
Well,
even
first of all, you don't know.
magnetic.
Argument requires reason, and these are people that can't be reasoned with.
Yes, and I always said
So-
it doesn't matter, and you don't engage those people unless
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. They could think whatever they want.
Sometimes
unless they
it's
have
so
a position
stupid
of
that you
power.
want to engage.
Yeah.
But there
If-
are elected
if they're in a-
people now.
If they're in a position to influence vast amounts of people, then that's someone who needs to be put in place because you're pushing people in a direction that's like physically harmful to their well-being.
Yeah,
You
So
mean like
their
drinking
School
bleach?
system is failing us.
Yeah, or the juice inside the Clorox wipes bottle.
yeah.
It cleans out your system.
That's the kind of thing. And with flat earthers, you'll be like, okay, but we have millions and millions of pictures.
It's like, why is my phone sticking to me? Huh?
that was the rationality.
Yeah.
Why is my phone
Oh.
sticking to my chest right now?
You see
And
that?
for anyone listening to the podcast,
Why is
go
it
on
there?
YouTube and look what we just did to make our phone stick to us.
I want to backtrack for a second
I love that.
to the fact that you said the juice instead of Clorox wipes instead of the liquid because juice makes it sound like it's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
tasty and we could just
It's
drink it at any
supposed-
time.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
be something that you
The bleach.
ingest.
Yeah.
Contrary to more popular,
Hold on. Take a second.
Popular belief.
Yeah.
Collect your
not
thoughts.
popular belief, but contrary to what others have said in the past, we are not telling you to drink any type of bleach.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does not cure
Yeah,
COVID.
no.
No.
Okay.
Don't do
I
that.
tried
That's
it.
a bad
Make that
idea.
And look
Yeah.
what happened to me.
Always read everything that you have
Those
on
facial
all the
hair.
instructions and stuff. It will literally say, do not ingest. If it says keep away from children, you probably shouldn't be drinking it. So just read those labels, people.
We live in a world where people ate Tide Pods for months.
You
on
remember
end.
that? They had
Yeah, it
to
was
start
our
locking
generation.
them up. They had to start locking them up
Why?
and stop and
The
shop.
forbidden fruit. The forbidden fruit.
That was at the same time as the Knuckles meme on VR chat.
And
Oh, yeah.
and weren't like clowns running rampant in the streets and
No,
parks? That was before.
That was
You know, I
2016. I
love,
remember that.
I
Too.
love listening to like podcasts that start in like 2015 and then they like address that like, hey, by the way, like at the end of the
Just
podcast,
clowns
whatever they're
running around.
talking about is over.
Killing people.
They're like, hey, if you see a clown or something like that, don't engage them. Call the police and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when that
I
was like
just
an
went,
actual
but
thing that could happen.
what was that? It then it stopped,
It
and we
escalated
haven't
so
heard about
fast.
it ever again. It just disappeared. Nothing ever
It was
happened.
So many people died.
It was legit though.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
crazy
what I'm
thing.
saying.
It wasn't fake. There was people dying in woods and stuff from these clowns.
you hear about
It
the
was
old
crazy.
lady that they gave her a heart attack?
No.
Yeah.
She had one of
That's
she had one of
cool.
those.
They
it was
started
a-
chasing her,
it was a
no?
door- No. It was in her house. She had one of those doors that it's like wood, but then there's like windows,
A
like
big
small
glass.
individual
Yeah.
windows on it.
Uh-huh.
And there were like 4 people dressed up as clowns, and they each like positioned their face in the window. And she was coming down the stairs, and she was like old. I mean, she was in her 70s or 80s or something like that. She saw them through the window, had a heart attack, fell down the stairs, broke her neck, and died.
Dude.
Did they ever get to those
It-
people?
I don't know if those ones got caught. I'm not
Bro, I don't know what's worse, getting caught or having to live the rest of your life knowing you did that.
Yeah.
Just day in, day out. That's so crazy.
That was like
That's terrible.
a thing that was happening
That was when the
very
timeline split apart.
frequently.
That was when 2016. That was when the timeline split. Harambe's death. We're in the ranch. Okay.
Oh, man.
The normal stuff is here. We have pandemics. We have bleach drinking people with COVID.
Eating
That's what
Tide
Kyler's.
Pods?
There's not coffee in
Tide
Kyler's
Pods.
cup right now. That's bleach.
That's just straight up.
Bleach and a melted Tide Pod.
And a
A
melted
dissolved Tide Pod.
Yeah, they took the Similac out of the lock containers and put the Tide Pods in there in Walmart and stuff. It's crazy.
Bro.
And that's our generation. That's so
That is.
embarrassing.
That
I
is
can't defend that.
what do you say to your kid? Well, like Wiley, when Ren grows up and he's like, "What did you guys do when you were younger? Like ate Tide Pods and drank bleach?"
I
Yeah.
didn't eat no Tide Pods and drink
Yeah,
no bleach.
we didn't.
I did it.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's
My-
hilarious.
My boss said that to me once, and I was like, I don't really. What do you come back with? Because this person.
Wait. What exactly did he say or she?
This
What did the person
non-specified
say?
person said, well, your generation eats Tide Pods. And I was like, you guys caused the housing crash.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know. What did you guys do?
Listen, they're a boomer, right? They're a boomer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything bad today is that generation.
Can we
So-
all agree? Boomers would hate to hear this.
Eat Tide Pods? Like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
What do you can't say
I
anything.
quit.
A bunch of idiots, dude. Let's reset. Let's start over. You're right.
Oh
You win
my
that.
god.
Can we
Why do
all
I love
agree that boomers, and no offense to any boomers listening to this, but
Sorry,
yeah,
Pop.
but some offense.
We
Your
have
dad's not a
boomers
boomer.
listening to this.
He's,
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Boomers are the worst generation. They walked through every door that was handed to them by the previous generation, opened for them by and then closed it off for the next generations.
And
They're not
locked
wrong.
it.
And locked it, threw the key away. Like legit.
So it was the silent generation that was before them, and those were the ones that fought in the World War II and stuff like that. And while they were fighting, that's when the boomers were born.
The boomers were
And these
born
were the
because
guys-
everyone
boomers
came
were,
back
I think-
from war and they were like,
I
let's
think
get
the
it
boomer
on.
generation ended in like 69 or
Yeah,
68.
it was
I
like
think that's when
68
boomers it like stopped.
because my dad is like right at the cutoff. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
My
my
dad's after.
dad's born in 68.
Gen X. That's a different generation, though.
It's
But
Gen
even
X.
they had it better than these generations today in certain aspects. I'm not saying like, we
Certain,
live very comfortable
yeah.
lives, but I'm saying economically, it's a very boomers and stuff could buy houses off of just above minimum wage jobs.
Yeah.
You could do that. That's non-existent. for us.
Exactly. And all their houses are paid off now, and that's why they're like,
Yeah.
I did it. How come you can't do it? Because now
Inflation.
you need 3 adults with full-time jobs
For
above
real.
minimum wage to afford one
Minimum-
apartment in Connecticut.
Minimum
Like that's
wage
why
in Connecticut is $15. What
It's
house?
15.
it's raised. It went up.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what irks me about minimum wage? Say
Oh, I like this.
say you started a job, right? For example, when they were talking about raising minimum wage at the time to 15,
I
this
think it was
when-
10.58.
It was like
10.58
it was like
something that before.
10.58 or
Beforehand,
something.
yeah.
This was when I was at my factory job.
Mhm.
At that time I was making like I already bumped up my salary to like 15, 16, whatever it was. But then they started talking about, okay, we're going to start raising minimum wage to $15 an hour. I'm like, okay,
I remember
that's
this.
fair. That's cool. I get it. Connecticut's expensive. Give us a pay raise. But what about all the other people that were already working at a job? They started at minimum wage. Now they worked up to maybe they worked up to 15. Maybe they worked up to 16. And now someone new is going to come in the next day, get your
And
same
make just
pay.
as much.
And all the training you went through, all the sacrifices you went through, all the hard work you
Out
went
the
through,
window.
it's just invalidated because you're not going to get a pay raise for all that.
Yeah.
You're just
They
stuck
don't,
at
they
the
don't
minimum wage.
bump everything up
That's what-
the $5.
I
or
hate
anything like
that with
Yeah.
a burning fiery passion. I hate that because
as well
then
work
what
at
is the
Dollar
point?
Tree.
I'd rather quit and get an easier job, minimum wage somewhere else.
Right.
And
Like,
start
what-
fresh.
Yeah.
It is a valid argument, but
Mm-hmm.
that's the reason. If you think about it from the other side, that's the reason colleges have gotten so expensive, is because every year by year they go up because people refuse to say, I paid for college when I grew up. You guys should have to do the same thing. You shouldn't have to pay reduced prices and stuff like that. And now we're paying $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for colleges, and the prices are astronomical, and people are going bankrupt left and right because of it. Eventually, some generation is going to have to bite the bullet and be like, all right, we'll do
Enough.
it. Let's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're going to have
It's
to do
just not
this.
going to happen right now.
Yeah, it's not happening right now.
No.
And with minimum wage, the problem is there's like federal and state. And if you raise federal minimum wage, let's say across the country it's 15, that's going to be way too low in New York, and it's going to be way too high in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Those Kentucky businesses are going to have to close down. You're not going to have enough money to pay the people.
Mm-hmm.
Automation's going to take over. But then New York, I mean, you need like probably like 25, 30 minimum wage. I don't know.
Dude,
there.
Literally.
the apartments in New York, you get like a 1-bedroom studio apartment that's like 300 square feet, and it'll cost you like $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's crazy.
In Manhattan, it's insane.
You have to pay for travel expenses, and then the food over there is astronomical, and then just living expenses and groceries are. Dude, milk is $5 a gallon right now, and the Fed said inflation. They said inflation is going to go faster than they expected. I mean, who could have seen that $4 trillion in stimulus packages in a 1-year span? Who could have seen that coming? Inflation? What? We're printing more money than we have.
Remember, you know what I just remembered about New York? Remember when we
remember
went to
New
the
York?
Subway and then Kyler put like $100 onto the card, and then everyone gave him the most disgusting look.
Oh yeah, let's talk about New York for a second.
Oh,
He
no.
put $100
Wait,
into the
wait,
card.
For those,
I
for
thought
those-
we were gonna be moving around a lot more and walking a lot less. Okay, so
It
I was
20
like,
cents a ticket.
For those who know New York,
I had a Metro card with like $80 on it for like 2 years.
Dude, everybody in there looked at Kyler with disgust. They're like, $100.
Yeah.
Anytime we went anywhere to New York after that, I would just pass my card around and like just keep using this one card because I need to I need to break the balance on this.
yeah, for those who know New York, if you're gonna travel by subway, you need a Metro card, and the rides aren't that expensive. I mean, yeah, if you're living there, it'll add up, but you know, for one time, if you're in a group, one person buys a card, we each share it. You know, you swipe, you go through, you swipe, you go through, you pass the card. So we're like, oh yeah, one person buys it, and then we all use it. So Kyler's like, bet, let me put $500,000 on this one card for this 1 hour that we're gonna be in New York.
Metro card had more than my debit card did.
Yeah. And we're like,
He's like,
what?
here's a full Bitcoin, gold bar, just put everything on that thing.
And we're like, what? All you need really is like $25, maybe.
Not
you know?
even.
Not even.
I think that day
Like
we spent like
$10.
maybe $8.
Yeah.
in, like Subway fares.
And
we went around
then
a lot that day. We went
to
pretty far.
top it off, in that same subway, there's a lady playing violin.
Hey, wait. Okay.
She was
That
okay.
lady she was very talented.
She was
She could have
okay.
been Yo-Yo Ma, and what Wiley's gonna say next would not have been worth it. Okay,
We
Could
go.
have been.
We see people giving her tips, obviously, as you do in New York.
That was a good.
I'll give you that one.
I'll give you that
one. You can
I'm
have
gonna
that.
laugh that one off real quick. Yeah. We go, Kyler. You won't. We start. So here's what happens. We start talking about the time Kyler tipped an Uber driver $50 in New York.
Oh,
with
that's
these
Florida.
guys.
That's
That's in
That was
Florida.
Florida. Yep.
I know.
That's
So
another
then
story.
we're like, I bet you won't do it to the girl playing violin. He's like, all right. He just walks over there, drops a crisp $50 bill right into her violin.
brand
I went to
new.
the bank right before I got.
Brand
And we're
Dude,
like,
that makes sense.
Kyler, give me your money. You can't handle your financials anymore.
I
Like,
am great with money, but
He did his little walk. He was like, what?
that works great on a podcast, D.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For those watching.
He did a walk.
He buttoned up his suit.
Now, let
He
me
wasn't wearing
say-
a suit.
He's wearing a suit.
he was wearing
I had
a
button
three-piece.
down.
He was wearing a three-piece
Yeah.
suit in New York.
I had
for
a
the
white button down with jeans and clothes.
Wow, you're right.
all the
Yeah.
same.
Oh,
Wow.
But I mean, he did make the lady's day. I can't
Oh my
lie.
God.
She started
that
like
was
almost
one
crying,
of the most
but
fulfilling moments. The absolute joy on her face and the genuine, like
gratitude.
her just constantly saying, "Oh my God, thank you so much. You have no idea what this means to me. Thank you." That was worth it.
She's actually a
that made me feel
millionaire.
good.
She was just hustling people.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
streets.
sure. I mean, I found out after, and I regretted my decision. But in the moment, it made me feel very nice.
No, that was
Dude.
funny.
That day in New York, some dude came up to me with his mixtape, and he was like going crazy.
He said
He was like, "Yo,
SoundCloud. He said you
was
was
like,
SoundCloud.
check this out, bro." And he gives me this thing. He's like, "Yeah, so we accept any tips, maybe $20." And I was like, "Nah, that's all right." And he takes the DVD out of my hand. I was like, "All right, well,
Yeah.
that's how we doing this." That's how it works.
Let me tell you, those guys are ruthless. But one of them one time said to me something, and I never forget. And I always say this now. I told him, I was like, nah, I'm good. And he was like, but you could be better. And I was like, okay, that's a good one. I'm not buying your CD, but I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that. I'm not buying it, but that was good. So now anytime someone's like, nah, I'm good, I'm like, you could be better.
Could be better.
I was like in Greece, dude. Crystal and I went to the Acropolis, and then we went to eat across from it. There was this really nice like alley with all these restaurants and stuff like that, and all these people like hawking their goods and stuff. And there are these ladies. They're like groups of women who have like bouquets of roses, and they're literally shoving roses into your hands.
So what do you guys think about Loki episode 2?
I think it was pretty cool.
I enjoyed this story.
Okay, go ahead, Kyle. I'm sorry.
No.
Like, hey, I'm
now
American.
the listeners can hear this on our Patreon later. But no, you don't get to hear this one.
Come on,
gonna be titled.
We were all
Tyler
interested.
Stories.
We were all interested.
I wanted to hear about the Metropolis. This is crazy.
Go ahead. Flowers, roses.
I'll mute my mic. I'll mute my mic.
You guys are mean to me.
For a beautiful woman. That's what they're.
No, it's gonna be like a.
Bro, one
I
time
just
we
saw
were
an
in Florida
opportunity.
and we took this Uber, and the Uber's breath was the worst thing
Dude,
I've ever smelled in my entire life.
Jesus.
talking-
It was Darren and I. Darren and I were in the back seat. Kyler was in the front seat. It smelled like death.
Bro, I'm talking.
I
it
didn't
smelled
smell
like,
a thing. I was
'cause
sitting
we're in the
right
front
next to
seat.
the guy, and
That's
I didn't
because he
smell
cinched off all your
anything.
nose hairs in the first 3 seconds, bro. Dude, his name was Jesus, and this brother, I'm talking. It was like 6 a.m. We were going to the airport, and we texted Kyler because he was conversing with this guy, and I wanted him to stop.
Yo,
No, the worst
Stop
part
talking
about
to
it
him.
was the air conditioner was on full
blowing,
blast.
dude.
So Kyler keeps
Florida in the
talking.
summer, it's hot.
We're trying to text him like, Kyler, stop talking to him, please. And the guy's like, so anyways, yes.
Yep.
And
Kyler's
Darren are like
so you got a
puking in the
family?
back. We're
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
put the window down, but it's locked because he got the air conditioner on. We're like, no, no.
Remember that lady when we were leaving the convention center that drove like a mad woman,
Dude.
for like 10 minutes, and then after
It was a 5-minute drive.
our hotel was
Crazy.
literally 5 minutes from the convention center. She drove for like 15 minutes. 10 minutes into the drive, we were still in the parking lot of the convention
Yeah.
center.
Go to Walmart.
Literally, she did like a whole loop. We're like, what is going on?
And she took
was
a
driving
dangerous turn.
so crazy, taking these wild turns way
Did she
too
hit a
fast.
curb and hit her head on the glass?
Yo, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
I wouldn't be, dude.
Bro,
And then there was that
knockout.
one guy. We went to see Fast and Furious at one of the theaters there, and this dude dropped us off in the docking bay where like shit.
It was like a dark alley. It was a dark alley. And
She's like,
Yeah.
can you bring us to the front, please?
He was like, the map. He was like, this is where the map says. I was like, yeah, but you don't see.
Yeah, the front doors are obviously on the other side of the building. Can you drop us off there, please?
It's like, please, you don't see that.
Oh man.
All right. Anyway,
How?
that was entertainment news for the day.
This
We
took
touched on
a wild
Very
turn.
entertaining.
Let me tell you, when I edit this, I'm gonna be like, where did this start? Because
You know what?
I don't
We've
know
touched
what-
on race. We've touched on economy.
That's what-
We've touched
That's
on
what it was.
politics.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It was.
We've touched on Tide Pods.
and then it went to
bleach,
flat earthers and anti-vaxxers.
conspiracy
Wow, that was
theorists.
fun.
I don't know.
And
We said it was going to be a compact episode, but we can just pack in the fluff.
Oh, we can. We
We
can
can-
talk
we
for
can totally
hours.
fill this out,
Guys,
yeah.
we can literally talk for like 5 hours here. And
Because these are conversations
Sorry,
we have
Justin.
anyway.
we
We're
have
just
anyway.
recording it.
Yeah.
yeah, I know Justin wanted this to be a little bit shorter, so
All right, so we're ending it
Goes
right
out
here.
to
Just
you.
for
Okay,
Justin.
he's not listening to it anyway.
that's right. This is a 4-hour episode for you, buddy.
Not you,
got
Justin.
after
Not you,
intro-
Justin Cruz. Not you, Justin Cruz.
Oh yeah,
You're loyal. We
we
get-
appreciate you, Justin. The
Yeah.
other
Or Justin Gonzalez, not you, Justin. We like you too. It's not that Justin. It's the other Justin.
Does he listen?
No, Justin goes out to listen. to
Oh,
this.
okay.
Oh, my chest, Justin. Why'd you say it like that? Does he not like it? Okay.
You look genuinely upset by that.
He's hurt. He's gonna
Oh,
cry.
shoot.
All
I want Kyler to
so-
finish his Greece story.
No,
Alright,
we
continue
could
it.
talk about that next episode.
Ah,
Then.
come on, man.
That's okay.
Well, you know what? That is the perfect segue into Loki episode 2.
Not really a perfect segue, but we can move on.
It is, anything's a segue, you know, when you want it to be. Be Real with You is an awesome episode. I don't want to do ratings for the episode because I don't know. Unless you guys want to. What do you think?
Your host, you tell me.
All right. Now,
Just go full spoiler. If you don't like spoilers, sorry. Don't stop complaining about spoilers.
I mean, yeah, you should be watching this weekly. I mean,
Yeah, spoiler.
if you're one of those
warning.
people, yeah,
Starting in 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Loki dies. So
Yeah.
if you're one of those people,
Every single one like that.
Literally died in like every movie he's been in.
yeah, don't be that guy that waits till this is done and then binge watches it because
You're not
gotta
that guy,
watch it
pal.
weekly.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
I
like,
freaking- Yo, Kyler,
Yeah,
Kyler doesn't
Our
keep up with
Patrick
TikTok.
Star, our Patrick Star of the show.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That reference. Sorry.
Because he lives under a rock.
I get that one. I think he was talking about he missed the I'm not that guy reference.
Yeah, he
Not
missed
that
it.
guy.
It's
Clearly,
a
he's
TikTok
not that
thing.
guy.
It's one of those TikTok
I'm not that
trends.
guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Have you seen the original video?
Yeah, I saw the original
Yeah.
video when it had 4,000 likes. I
Yeah.
was like, what? Why is it on
Bro,
my For You
let
page?
me tell you, there's one line in that original video that gets me every single time. He goes, I mean, yeah. No, the first thing he says in the video, he says, F you where you breathe. What even is What even is that? What is that?
Thanks to COVID, we have this now.
I was like,
apparently.
He's
bro,
like,
what?
He's like, you pimply face glasses wearing nerd. You're not that guy. Turn
You're
around.
not that guy,
You're
pal.
not that guy.
What?
Yeah, it was
I
like an
guess
altercation,
so
like a grocery
hurtful.
store.
But D, pull it up for Kyler because his voice was so specific.
Wiley would have to edit out a lot.
I'll edit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll edit.
Glasses wearing nerd.
You're not that guy.
You want
I'm
me to
gonna
pull it up,
cut
Wiley?
this out, guys. Yep.
Drug.
All right.
Oh.
So
Okay. Yeah.
and
Going back.
action.
Nice
All right.
rock.
So
Come back with no context. Just leave it there.
I know, and I love it. Go ahead. Continue.
so overall thoughts on episode 2. Joey, hit me with it.
Going first.
Yes.
Oh, he's kind of laughing.
I just love that. That's what
Okay.
everyone's gonna hear, and they're not gonna know what we were talking about before.
Rock.
Nice rock.
Again, perfect balance of. I like the subtle jokes in the episode. Absolutely perfect, especially for Loki. My theory was correct, in which what I told Wiley, which I'll talk about after.
What?
I just gotta listen to you guys first before I even go into details of what my guess was before watching the episode.
Kyler?
I have my opinions on it, but there is something I want to talk about, and we could either do it while I'm talking or after everyone gives their opinion, whatever you want to do. It was an Easter egg that I'm not clear on. I wanted to see if you guys knew what it was. I loved it. I still love it. The whole interacting with different time periods in these like crazy events and stuff like that is like my favorite thing because
Oh yeah.
God.
I'm a history buff. So seeing like Pompeii.
Pompeii.
was
I lost
amazing.
it. I lost it when they went to Pompeii.
When
I was like,
straight up
no.
starts speaking Latin.
He starts
Yeah.
speaking it.
and telling them that they're all gonna die, and then celebrating when the volcano explodes. It was
And just a
beautiful.
normal conversation with
Yeah.
lava flowing towards them. Like, it's just awesome.
It's like the what's it called? Pyroclastic flow.
Yeah.
Like all the smoke coming at it. It's amazing.
And he was just saying it in perfect Italian too. He's like, "Todos se van a morir, todos."
That was Latin.
It was Latin.
They spoke Latin.
Yeah. It was 79 AD. That's Latin.
Oh, just cut this right here. We can start it over.
I'm gonna zoom in on your
Italian?
face.
Yeah,
action.
Spotlight.
I'm just gonna zoom in right on him when he's.
So Joey, what did you think about episode 2 of Loki?
Yeah.
Joey
No, it
was the first one to talk.
That was beautiful.
Oh no, we started over. What did you think?
Yeah, no, great episode. I did have a question when is it Mobius or Morbius?
Mobius.
Mobius. I always
Morbius
forget.
is
Morpheus is another movie, man.
Not Fius.
Morbius would be Jared Leto. Morbius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also Marvel, right?
Yeah.
It's also
Yes.
Marvel? Okay.
Yeah.
So when he was in the like judge lady's
Renslayer.
chamber,
Mhm.
yeah, and she had him like fill out the thing. First of all, Owen Wilson's left-handed.
Yeah, I noticed
You know
that too. I was like, oh,
Second of all, why are you pumping your face? Are you lefty?
Yeah,
I'm a
he's
lefty.
gonna
I'm a
die
freak.
earlier. I know.
Ugh.
I had to think twice once I found out about that.
We need a new fourth member for the podcast, guys.
Justin!
Righties only.
Justin.
What?
He had that. It was a pen that said Franklin D. Roosevelt High School, and he was like, "Oh, you have like another like informant or something." Who from the Marvel universe is from Franklin D. Roosevelt High School? Because that's obviously a nod to someone.
I don't know about that. I mean, I feel like Franklin D. Roosevelt High School is probably a very common high school name.
But in Marvel,
I don't know.
that's
I'm
100% like
Back up a
hinting at
little
a
bit from your mic,
specific
Wayne.
person.
What happened?
Mike's just a little bit loud.
Oh, is it?
Ooh.
How about now?
And he's calling you.
How
Now
now?
you're good.
Good.
Called
All
you
right.
out,
Yep.
bro.
What I'm more focused on is not the pen, but the fact that she says she has an analyst on the side, who in the
That's what I'm
comics,
saying.
Renslayer, her love interest is King the Conqueror. And multiple people have been pointing out that the middle timekeeper looks like King
Yes.
the Conqueror.
And it does.
It looks just
And
like
it
him.
does.
And
It
also,
Do you pull up a picture of
Saw
the
a picture of that.
timekeepers?
there's a lot of theories floating around, and I do not want to get into a whole like WandaVision
Yeah.
type thing, but a lot of these
No.
make a lot
Yeah.
of sense.
But King the Conqueror's whole thing is time travel.
Exactly.
That's literally his thing.
And
so
they're
that
saying-
would be feasible.
They're saying the TVA could be the little city that we saw in the quantum realm in Ant-Man and the Wasp. The
It was a
TVA
city
could
in a
be
quantum realm?
Yeah, when Hank goes to save look.
So that's Kang.
That's not
And
King.
then
That's the timekeeper. King is purple. Or blue. Oh,
Yes,
he
the
has a purple
timekeeper,
hat.
but they're saying it looks just like
Okay.
and he looks just
Yeah.
like the guy they cast for King. Have you seen the guy they
Yes,
cast?
They casted someone for King?
Yes, look up who they cast and tell me.
Wait,
you
wait,
don't
for
know.
what show?
For the new Ant-Man movie.
Kang is going to be in the new Ant-Man
Yes,
movie?
yeah.
What?
Oh my
Look
goodness,
at him.
dude.
Look at him.
Wow, bro. How did they find an actor that looks just like him?
My
That's
God.
crazy. That's so weird. That's
Oh,
crazy.
Dude,
I-
Ant-Man just skyrocketed.
Exactly.
I'm ready
Like
for Ant-Man.
so high in my
So look,
anticipated movies list.
maybe
King,
the only Ant-Man
if
I'll
you
enjoy.
know anything about King, he has that little tiny city that he goes to or whatever in the time travel. He has like a city that in that little city was in Ant-Man and the Wasp when Hank goes into the quantum realm. You see it for a split second.
I
There's
don't
like
remember
there's like a
that.
tiny city in the background in the quantum realm. But it also resembles the TVA. So now they're saying, what if that tiny city is the TVA and the TVA doesn't reside anywhere specific, just in the quantum realm?
Yeah, it makes sense because
And it
time
would make sense-
obviously is different.
It
in
would
that
make sense for
little
King
area.
the Conqueror, and they're saying that, and also Renslayer is like has a love interest with King, so it all could all
already
tie in.
connected.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could all tie in together.
And
that's
they never
crazy,
show
if possible.
anyone in the TVA physically walking out to a specific place. They always use those little portal things. So that could be exiting the quantum realm and going into the
Yeah,
physical, our reality here, our plane of existence, and growing in size, obviously, because if you're in the quantum realm, you're impossibly small. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
there's so
That's
much
There's also-
going on.
There's no reference of Franklin D. Roosevelt High School anywhere in MCU. The
Yeah.
only mention of Franklin Roosevelt actually is from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., season 7, episode 1. They go back to stop some robots that were sent to kill him from the future. So
I don't
But
think
he's
that is the connection.
But
Yeah,
Kyler's
so
not
that's-
saying MCU. He means Marvel, like comics, because it
I'm
could
sorry, did I say MCU? Because I mean Marvel Comics.
Marvel comics. Oh, cool.
There's
Okay.
nothing
Yeah, I think it's just a common name
anywhere.
for a high
Yeah.
school, and so they just threw that in, like they got it from like some random high school.
I literally paused the TV, went up to the screen so I could read it out, and I
Yeah.
wrote it down on my phone because I was like, nah, this is something. This has to be something.
That was a
Okay.
good idea, but I guess at this time it didn't pan out.
Feels
What
bad.
about you, Wiley? What were
Egg
your
on my
thoughts?
face.
I absolutely loved it. One big thing, which I said, I think this could be Lady Loki,
Mm-hmm.
True.
but I'm backtracking. I don't think it's Lady Loki. I think it is Enchantress or Sylvie,
Oh,
because
Ooh.
Loki actually makes her. That's pretty much like his daughter, and she's blonde in the comics. Lady Loki would have had dark hair.
Yeah, she looks more like Hela
Right, exactly.
from the movie.
Exactly.
From, Ragnarok.
So Sylvie or Enchantress has all of Loki's powers, but also can manipulate other people, which is what we saw her do this entire episode. So I think it's Enchantress, not Lady Loki.
I just love the whole banter of the fact that like the main Loki is just like considered variant.
Yeah.
And then there's like the really like
Superior.
super powerful, superior Loki. And he's just like, can you stop saying that?
Yeah.
Like that's hurtful.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool too, you know?
Yeah.
I love that.
A few things. One, the episode, I think the show is like, this is what I hope the next Thor is like. The comedy hits. Like when they hit a joke,
yeah.
it hits and I laugh. And I
The
think it's
salad
hilarious.
scene.
Oh yeah, he was just being so extra.
Yeah. He was just
At the
talking
end,
and
he's
just
like-
like mad
At
salt
the
for
end,
no
he's like,
reason.
yeah, that metaphor didn't really work.
was
He's like, you just
terrible.
ruined my salad for no reason.
Yeah.
I was listening to it and I was like, this is the worst illustration. Who wrote this? But they were writing it to be bad. So
Yeah.
good job.
That's great. I
Um,
loved the scene. I like it when MCU gets emotional and like purposefully tries to make you like feel something. So when he was going through all the case files and stuff, and he's
Saw
reading
Ragnarok.
about the destruction of Asgard in Ragnarok, and he's seeing the casualty list and all this stuff, and you see him start to like actually tear up a little bit. That's because obviously someone like Loki is supposed to be someone who doesn't care about anything. He's only worried about himself, only worried about his own power. But when you see him like actually be kind of human and have emotion, that's pretty cool. And then they usually end up twisting it and making
Exactly.
him
Literally.
as a joke.
But literally, like within 20
very next
seconds,
second,
he's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, who cares?" Blah blah blah, whatever. Like, but you know he felt something, but they just make a
Exactly.
joke out of it. Yeah.
question: was that his first time finding out about Ragnarok? Did he not know?
He
Yeah,
didn't know.
because this is Loki from right after the first Avengers movie.
Oh, you're right.
So he saw a few things when he was fast forwarding. He saw himself getting killed by Thanos. He saw himself getting his mom killed and stuff like that. But he
doesn't know what
hasn't
went
physically
down.
been present for any of the
Wow.
things ever since 2012, the first Avengers movie, which is amazing. I
That is pretty
love that
crazy.
idea. And you have to be careful when writing that.
you could create some real big plot holes if you're not paying
Exactly.
attention.
You can't let him mention something
That he wasn't a
Like-
part of.
like he was
Although
able to get
now-
away with the Tony thing because he's like, you can smell the cologne of two Tony Starks. So that's like kind of figuring. He's like in his head, he's like, okay, obviously in the future the Avengers were able to time travel because there are two Tonys here. I see Tony. He was in the elevator and he's standing right in front of me, and now there's one behind me.
Oh,
But
yeah, you're
that's the
right.
only way he was able to get it.
Although
he
now,
wouldn't have no idea about Endgame.
because of this episode where they made him read all of his files, now they can get away with him saying anything about his future self, and it would because he read on it, he knows what happens.
Oh, that's right.
I loved the scene with the librarian lady where he's like trying to get her attention. She's like, classify. He's like, okay, what can I read?
business.
And then she pulls out his file like Loki. She's like,
Little
that's
tiny
what you
thing.
can read. Like, that was great.
One, I love the intro music. I think it's amazing.
Yes.
It's so good. It's short and
It's
sweet. I
so
love it.
good.
Two, the jacket he was wearing was so nice.
The
Oh,
variant?
that one's so
Yeah,
good.
I was thinking the same thing.
They're not
That is a
available
nice
anywhere, but I was
jacket.
looking them up. Trust.
Oh, they will be.
Oh, they
will
will.
be. I know.
Yeah.
I love. I need a hero. Yo, I was like,
yes, I heard it. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I thought immediately Shrek 2 vibes right now.
dude, we need
Chris
a whole
actually
episode
asked her. She
on
was like,
Shrek.
"Isn't that from Shrek 2?" I'm like, "Yeah."
We need a whole
Oh,
episode on the beauty of Shrek 1 and 2.
Yo, facts.
Actually, speaking of their jacket, this is going to be like totally not anything important. But speaking of the jacket that he wore, have you noticed the clothes that they wear? Like, have you noticed Owen Wilson's jacket and the lapel?
No.
The lapel
Nah, I
on a
haven't
suit
looked into
jacket
it. No, I
is
haven't.
it's open and it flaps out over the chest. That lapel has cuts inside of the chest to make it look like a lapel. It's real weird. And then the shirts, you know how they have like the buttons here? The collar extends all the way to like the shoulder. And there's just buttons right at like the collarbone, where the neck meets the collarbone. It's real weird looking.
Yeah, I have not looked at that. I just know they look nice.
The clothes
Dude,
are
see
really
this now?
weird. Yeah, look
I
next
see
time you
this
watch
now.
the episode or something, just
Ren.
look at the clothes. It's real weird.
When he was in the cafeteria and he goes to grab the milk from the guy and it's that guy,
Casey?
he's like, hey, it's you.
Yeah,
I lost it.
I think that as soon as he just sat down, he was just staring. I'm like,
It's you.
it was
His voice is so
hilarious.
I have another theory for a question you had last week, Kyler, about where the people come from in the TVA.
Mm-hmm.
There's one theory that what if all the people in the TVA are actually variants that had their mind wiped to work for the TVA
Including Mobius.
as part of including Mobius, which someone was explaining it, that would be his obsession with jet skis. What if his variant is from the 90s and for some reason, in the 90s everyone loved the jet skis and whatever, so that one piece kind of stuck in his head and that's why he's attracted to the jet skis, but he had his mind wiped, so he doesn't know why he likes them.
That's actually a pretty interesting theory. I like that.
Like instead of
And they just think that they were created
yeah,
specifically to work for the TVA, but
they
it's
have
because
no
they have no
recollection.
memory from before.
Because they're going to hit us with a twist. Now,
Yeah.
do you guys
Oh,
think
yeah.
we'll see the timekeepers in the show?
No,
You don't think so?
I don't
think
think
we
that's
will.
like showing a celestial.
If I had to go
That's
over under
heavy.
50%, I'd go over. I think they'll show
I
up.
say over 50.
I hope so.
Especially
I
because
hope so.
Renslayer said I've never seen them follow a case this closely.
Mhm.
And now with what's happening with the timeline,
Oh, they're gonna have to.
They have to intervene.
Oh my god, that was
Speaking of
insane. I
timelines.
forgot about that.
Okay, can
When
we
they
talk
showed the
about
branches?
that? Yeah. Did you see the list of all the places?
No.
Vormir, Sakaar, Eagle's Planet, bunch of places on Earth. Like it's crazy. I don't have my phone on me. Pull up a screenshot.
So I kind of called it before the episode. I'm like,
Yeah, Joey.
whoever the variant is, they're gonna reverse their grenades and make the multiverse, and then we go into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and then that's how we get Spider-Man, and then possibly Armor Wars.
Yeah, it's true
I
because
don't see
maybe
where
the whole
Armor
thing
Wars.
is-
Armor Wars is more.
I don't know.
Armor
maybe.
Wars is more tied to Tony's death. It's like Justin Hammer coming back and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the whole thing is the multiverse is brought about by this Nexus event, which is this female Loki, as we know her so far, setting off all of these reset charges and creating this like cataclysmic event that redlines and then becomes the multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the caption here says late. So one, they confirmed the Screen Rant is saying this is Lady Loki.
But Screen Rant doesn't know everything.
That's a fact. So
If you look at someone posted a screenshot, if you watch the end of the episode, the credits, it shows like all the dubs, like the voice actors for the dubs.
yeah.
And one of them, I forget which language it was, for her, they put Sylvie instead of Lady Loki.
Okay. So maybe, yeah. Okay. So we have Lisbon, Portugal, Vormir, Thornton, USA, Cookville, USA, Asgard, and Rome.
But the list keeps going when you watch it in live time. They have Ego.
Dude.
Ego is on there. Sakaar is on there. There's a bunch.
Which one's
Vormir
Sakaar?
2302.
Sakaar is from
that's-
Guardians. And they even have Vandar from
Oh,
Guardians.
Vandar's
Yeah.
is the
Dude.
first one where they
Yeah.
all meet up, right?
hmm
Wiley, if you look Cookville, USA, I don't know what that's like, but it's in the 90s. What if that's where Mobius? What if your little theory that you found about Mobius? Maybe that's where he's from. I don't know. That'd be crazy. See him jet skiing in the 90s. I don't know
Yeah.
how much water that one holds, but
that's just a theory, but yeah. The show is just. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
way
I love
it's
the little
going.
buddy cop thing that they have going. But it's kind of like a buddy cop. He keeps getting yanked away
Yeah.
to do different things, but it's like it's a weird vibe. They don't trust each other, and I still don't trust Loki as many times as he says he's trying to do.
no.
I
I
don't
think
trust him for nothing.
I think he's reformed. I'll jump on the Loki bandwagon for this one. I'll be the one guy on the pod that's like on his side.
Like
for
I
this
stood
one.
with Walker for Falcon and Winter Soldier from episode 1 on. That was my
Yeah.
boy.
I'll stick with Loki. You guys don't trust him, and I will.
I'll say this. Okay. When he's speaking with, let's call her Lady Loki at this point, and he's saying he's been trying to help her this entire time.
That's garbage.
I think that he just made that up on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
'Cause
playing
Loki
her.
is-
He's playing her.
Loki is the master of like lie to you until I get what I want,
Yeah.
and then
And stab you in the
I
back.
don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
Ooh.
"You've." Yeah, his mic.
Joe, your mic is off, I
Private.
think.
Oh,
I think it sounded a little better there. No, it was
Say
like
something?
on.
I
it
can't
just
gauge
sounded
the
muffled.
quality of your microphone from you blowing.
Say hello.
That was a
testing,
1080
testing, 1 2
blow.
1 2
Yeah,
1
there
2.
you go.
go.
There you
Um,
But yeah,
Nah,
what Joey said, stab you in the back.
What
as
right.
soon as I get
I
what
love
want,
that when he
whatever.
was like, "I would never do that. That's so boring." He was like,
He's like,
"You've literally done it
50
like."
times.
He was like,
He's
"I wouldn't do it again."
It's boring.
I love it.
Nah, overall, I thought it was an amazing episode. I can't. The length of the
And
episodes is so. Awesome.
That's what I was about to say.
It went on
The
and
first
on and
episode
on.
was 2 minutes. This one was 54. So I think this is the first time we've
It
gotten.
felt short for me. I felt
It
like,
didn't,
I,
it didn't feel like an
To
hour.
me, it felt perfect. I was like, "Wow, that was amazing."
like I
yeah.
wanted more.
Like,
when
there
it
was nothing-
finished, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's over," and then I was like, "That was a lot of info in one episode." So
It really
Yeah.
was.
There was nothing more irritating than watching
WandaVision.
WandaVision and like way too soon you get the please stand by. I'm like, it just started.
like
It just
21 minute
started.
episode. What even was that?
That was so frustrating.
And you guys are welcome because I've been saying this since the Disney Plus
Loki's
shows
gonna
were
be the best
announced.
one. Yeah,
That
I know,
Loki was
shut
going to be
up.
the best, and I'm going to say
Okay.
this until
Darren.
the end of the show.
who?
All right, well, we are going to
Muted
move on
Wiley.
to.
I can just unmute myself, baby.
Yeah, but the joke's gone. All right, now it's gone. So I think that's about everything we got for Loki. Anyone else?
Yeah, well,
last comment?
hold up. Who you think you are ending it?
I can unmute myself. I'm the host. You see my name?
Actually, I'm the host. You're a co-host. Thank you very much.
Well,
Ooh.
you ain't got to put me on
Get that
blast.
flex
Wiley,
on. You got a
Awkward, yo.
flex on.
Wiley, cut this out when you're editing. Cut this
You
out.
have no
You need-
power here,
We're
Loki.
gonna keep this.
Bro, I got
You
my
have no
cousins.
power
watching.
here.
We're gonna keep this.
I got-
All I gotta do
Also,
is remove
wait,
co-host responsibility. baby.
Another reason why it could be Enchantress and not Lady Loki. Loki himself said it when she was beating him up. She was like, "I would never do this to myself." Also proving, like, yeah, maybe it's not even me. Maybe it's someone else. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally possible. I'm
just
not
saying.
locking in a stone that it's Lady Loki. When I saw it, my new
Multiverse.
mind was like, yeah, it is. But
Mhm.
I'm ready for the multiverse.
And she has
so
the
this
little,
created the multiverse.
She has the
right?
horns.
but one of them's broken off.
Yeah.
So is that a thing in the comics?
I don't know
know.
too much.
I don't follow it so closely to notice
Yeah.
those little details.
Now, if it creates the multiverse, or if they're gonna do something that fixes it, and then something else creates a multiverse, I have
Oh,
no
that
idea.
is true. Yeah,
The
this
multiverse is
episode
going to
2.
show up. We know that's going to happen because it's too big of a thing not to do.
Well, I mean, Doctor Strange. 3
Doctor
is-
Strange is
2
literally called.
Oh,
the
yeah.
multiverse of madness. So.
Well, yeah, but knowing Marvel, it could be like a fake out.
Yeah.
Well, what-
Like they call
what
it the multiverse of madness, but it's not really. It's like Spider-Man 2 when they're like, it's a multiverse, and then they're like, yeah, and then they're like, no,
yeah.
What if
because
the timekeepers don't actually exist and it's all a lie, and so everything just dwindles apart, and then that creates the multiverse?
No,
You
the
know what?
timekeepers exist.
I feel like that is a valid theory.
I mean, but you
That
know they
could
have their
totally
belief
be
in
a thing.
timekeepers, and they're like,
yeah.
where are the timekeepers? Like, oh, they're
Because-
doing their stuff.
What
I
if
mean,
it's
they
just
were-
King? What if it's just King?
What if
Where-
what if it's like what they not expect?
or more
Mobius.
Mobius and
Think of
Loki
a
were
Mobius
having their
strip.
conversation. Oh, true. That's actually a really good way of remembering that. When Mobius and Loki were having their conversation in the cafeteria, that was 100% a theological conversation.
Oh yeah.
It was just a Marvel version of a theological conversation, which is pretty much talking about religion in Marvel and how one person's religion to that person is a real thing. It's as tangible as the table they're sitting in front of.
When he's talking about where
But
he
to
comes
someone
from,
else.
when he's like,
Yeah.
he just
Oh
appeared.
yeah.
To someone else, it's garbage. It doesn't make any sense. It's fantasy. So I could totally see Marvel being like, yeah, to him, the timekeepers are real and it's a real thing. But in reality, it's a thing that was made up.
Yeah. possible.
Pretty wild.
I could see them going in that direction.
Although the TVA is pretty powerful for it to just be made up. Like,
well, it could
something-
obviously the TVA is a real thing,
Yeah.
but it could be that
I'm
the
just saying
timekeepers
aren't who they say
it's
they are.
somebody
not.
else, or
Yeah.
something else.
And so once their
Please.
belief is destroyed, then maybe everything just goes out of whack, and that creates the multiverse.
They're just going off of what Miss Minute said.
is this
Yeah.
why
Or,
the
like,
is this
2
why the
minute thing.
Eternals have to intervene? Is this show gonna cause something crazy for the like?
Well, they did say that Loki as a show is going to be the most impactful
For the MCU,
show for the MCU as a whole,
which it
that we've
already
had
is.
so far.
First 2 episodes already.
First
is.
2
Like,
episodes.
it's like first episode.
Cancel Hawkeye. I mean, just cancel it.
Hey, chill.
Hawkeye's gonna
Okay.
be good.
Hawkeye's amazing.
I mean, just
Read the comics and you'll have a new appreciation.
Hawkeye's
for
gonna be
Hawkeye.
good. It's gonna
I
make you
can't
eat your
think
words.
of one comic I'd want to read less than a Hawkeye comic. I
Read
gotta
it.
I'd rather
Trust
read
me.
the Adventures of
Hawkeye's a
Storm.
whole different character in the comics than he is in the MCU.
Trust me.
Like
He
100%.
is-
Maybe the Ronin
He's
aspect. I'd be down to read.
disgruntled and he is
Well,
like
Ron-
beaten
yeah.
down, and it's amazing.
Ronin's not only Hawkeye. There's like 20 different
Spider-Man.
heroes.
Peter Parker was Ronin.
That Ronin is the alter ego
That's
where
cool.
if you're a hero and you need to go in hiding, you become
Yeah.
Ronin pretty much.
If you've gotten
What?
compromised in some way,
Yeah.
you just pick up Ronin and you become Ronin for a little bit until you're in the clear.
So is that a possibility with Spider-Man after he just got his whole identity?
Yeah,
exposed?
absolutely.
Has no one talked
I
about
was
that?
pretty much
He's-
Captain America. I mean, think about it.
Nomad.
Explain.
He was literally Ronin for I think
What?
like
He
What was
said
that
art.
pause?
he said explain. He said explain and you stayed quiet.
Yeah. Explain it to me. Captain America.
Remember when he was what Wiley said, Nomad, when he was like off the grid for a bit and he came back with beard?
Oh, in Infinity
Infinity
War.
War.
Yes, yes. In the train in where were they?
That
Subway station.
that
Was it wasn't
scene-
Segovia.
Train. I don't remember.
It was
Yeah,
it was
one of those.
it was a country.
Segovia, Spawn.
Segovia.
That scene when you see the train like pass and there's nobody there, and then you just see his silhouette.
Top
is-
3 moments. It's
Yeah.
gotta be.
Goosebumps,
Goosebumps
galore.
already right now.
I love that scene so
I
much.
love
It is
how
so cool.
in the editing room they were trying to figure out what music to put there. Do they put the Captain America music? Do they put Avengers? You know, and he goes, once somebody just put on their phone, they just put the Avengers theme,
Yeah.
Is that what they?
and they were like, we need to
damn
keep
right.
that. Like, we need to keep that. And then
Kevin
I
Spacey.
can't think of a better like song for that. Ren,
Is that
I'm
what
trying
they
to talk.
did?
You're distracting me. Yeah, they put it in the room while they were
Spacey was
going.
at his window. The Illuminati got the wrong person.
Wrong person is that guy.
Like, Darian, what you
Are you Darian?
Okay.
I'm talking to him. You want his address?
Right here.
Oh yes, it was so good.
I remember this in the theater, dude. Oh my goodness.
I like how you can see it passing through the train.
Right there, yep. Ooh. Yee. Dude.
I
On your
literally
left.
just got goosebumps. It's so good.
No. If we play the on the left scene, I'm just gonna start crying on the podcast. So we're not doing.
In
But-
the Endgame one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we played just the last 30 minutes of the movie at Wiley's house, and I was like bawling from.
Darren was tearing,
Yeah, he
crying
was.
his eyes out.
We have,
Goodness.
that's another thing we have to do, like best theater reactions to movie scenes, to specific scene, not movies in general, just specific scenes.
So the plan is next week, space or ocean. After that, we'll do best theater experiences,
Ooh, okay.
I want another like science movie to come out.
like
and
Arrival, dude.
Like our brains just explode and we all grab each other. Like I need that another experience like that.
When is Christopher Nolan's next project starting?
It's gonna be a while after that $200 million blockbuster. It's gonna be a minute.
Okay, should we do the actual topic for today?
Yeah.
I guess
yeah, I
about
mean it's
time.
about
at
9
this
o'clock.
point, yeah, we can't go too
I-
heavy into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just
it's
bang
a-
out.
It's a little
Our
over.
economical tangent took up a
Yeah.
lot of our time.
That's all right. It wasn't.
Lightpole
That's like
politics.
out on a Lightpole
Like,
podcast.
so, yeah.
This isn't as super. Oh, a moment from our sponsors.
Sponsors.
Yeah, we're
Fern
already
Valley.
running low on time, and you're gonna do a
I know, you're supposed
soap
to do that.
sponsorship that we don't even have.
Fern Valley Goat Milk soaps.
We got a
if
special
you're-
guest here today, ladies and gentlemen. Yep.
Just go to them and get them.
Is it
Who's
Renegade?
our special guest?
Ooh, who's a special guest?
Oh,
This is Danny.
What's that? Oh, what up, Danny?
this dude.
Say what up. Yes,
Oh,
Red.
yeah.
Um,
You're
so-
distracting me.
Basically, the idea of this was
Sun's out, guns
we
out.
wanted to just see the the highest paid actor roles of all time. So who's gotten paid for the for one movie, the highest amount, and then the highest grossing actors of all time. So who's been in the most movies that if you've been in 500 movies, you're gonna have a lot of money from them.
I
Who's
can name.
the
I
number
can
one
name
seller?
2 off the top of my head.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Throw out some names that you
Uh,
think would be in. We're just gonna do the top 5 of each. So.
Robert Downey and Samuel L. Jackson. I guarantee.
Jackson has
Guarantee are both on the
Dumb amount of
list.
movies.
What about you, Joe?
No clue.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, really?
It's a-
Well, okay, actually, wait.
Christopher
he's,
Walken.
He's been in a ton of movies, but I don't.
Yeah.
think
I don't
he
think
actually
he's
made
been that
much.
much. Yeah, he hasn't made that much.
Is he the number one for most on-screen deaths?
Yes.
I believe so.
Crazy.
Mm,
It's got to be a requirement at this point. If you
uh,
want me to be in this movie, I must die.
Well,
Wait,
not anymore
what's
because
his
he's
name?
dead. So he died in
shit,
real
he
life.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Danny
Yeah,
Trejo.
Isn't he like number 2 for on-screen deaths?
Yeah, he's on there. He's like getting close. I think he has like 79 or something.
All right, so we'll do. Let's see. Should I screen share this?
If you want. Yeah.
Yes.
Are we doing a tier list?
Yeah. Tier
No,
list.
no. Oh, it's been a minute since that. I missed that.
Toy Story 3 B tier.
Shut up.
All right.
That's going to be the
Screen share.
debate that splits this podcast up.
I'll split up right now. I'll
It's-
end the podcast
Toy
right
Story
now.
3
Ain't
is
no way.
S tier. We're
It's
not getting
definitely
into that.
not.
So we have number 10, 55 million.
That makes
for
sense.
Johnny
What?
That makes
That
sense.
doesn't make sense.
Johnny Depp. No, Johnny Depp. I get it.
Depp. Which
Is
one
that
was this though?
is
the
On
third
Stranger
one,
Tides
no?
the one that was the most expensive movie ever made until like very recently?
Yeah.
What? That's
one
crazy.
of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies
55
had
million.
held the title for like
look.
most expensive movie ever made. For a long
Production
time.
costs over 410 million.
So that was it. Yeah, it was nuts.
Dude, what in
Depp
the world?
alone made
Okay.
55
$55 million.
I don't know why.
Forrest Gump.
Oh,
60 million.
And this
for
is
Forrest Gump.
Back
he deserved
then.
more.
Back
He
then.
deserved more.
Back then, that is more.
That
Yeah, but he
inflation,
deserved
I wonder what that
more.
is.
60 million back then. That's like what? Like 120 now, more.
What
Maybe
year-
even more.
what year was
150
Forrest
mil.
I believe 94, 95.
Yeah,
Was it really?
think so.
Yeah. See, I
Holy
find this
cow.
super interesting.
I love Forrest
When actors do movies, they can opt in for different types of payments. So you could do
Yes.
box office pay.
Yeah.
You could do percentage pay if you have like high leverage, or you could just do
Interesting.
a flat rate. So
Straightforward.
Which is-
125 grand kind of thing.
Which is the difference between Mark Hamill, Harrison
and
Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Exactly. Exactly.
Harrison Ford doesn't get any type of royalties from Star Wars doing well, like the original Star Wars. So he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't care about it. No.
Adam Sandler and his Netflix. But I believe
You're
this. sadly.
lying.
Dude.
I believe this sadly because he does
in
so
all of
many.
the Netflix movies.
Yeah.
62.
Oh, I
But
thought it was
per
just
movie.
for this one for
But
Murder Mystery.
Per movie.
Whoa, whoa,
No,
It's crazy,
dude.
how?
Uncut
They're
Gems.
so bad.
Ridiculous. They're
Well,
horrible.
Uncut Gems was good.
Uncut Gems was, but what are
I
the other
didn't.
ones? I never saw Murder Mystery.
All of them.
But
are
here's
bad.
the thing,
though.
Reimbursed
Any movie
Hubby
that
Halloween, The Cobbler.
Halloween.
any movie that he's in, he's producing it and sometimes
Yes,
directing.
sure.
So is it?
Use your money for something.
He's
I
not
don't
that
think-
guy.
He's not that guy. I don't think that's just like a paycheck they gave to him. I think that's just like the profit he's making from after producing and after all that stuff. Like
so bad,
Bro.
Adam, have fun here.
He's worth so much because of that, and he brought his crew from the SNL days
yeah.
to every single step of the way, which I think is
Course.
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love that.
that's cool.
Even though the movies are, I mean, I'm not an Adam Sandler fan in any way, shape, or
Grown
form.
Ups, though.
Ridiculous Six.
Grown Ups.
Ridiculous Six and Grown Ups.
Grown
are
Ups is
like hidden gems.
Yeah.
Those two movies are incredible.
Grown
Grown
Ups
Ups
to
is a
me is the most
classic.
mainstream, funny, genuinely good movie.
it's classic. Grown Ups 2
Yeah,
is
it
trash.
is.
Grown Ups
Grown Ups
1
2
Yeah.
was amazing.
Grown Ups 2 was reverting back to his trash
Normal
comedy.
type of comedy. Yeah.
Movie
That
Halloween.
was just to milk the success of the first Grown Ups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
right.
Ridiculous 6 was amazing. Oh my god.
So this is the
Why?
05 one.
Crystal Skull of all movies?
To get Ford back for a fourth
65
Indiana
million.
Jones movie, Paramount agreed to a deal that split a large portion of the film's earnings between him, Spielberg, and George Lucas.
That actually makes sense though.
It does. You need those
Because
three.
He read the script for Crystal Skull. He's like, if you want me for this movie,
Give me
I'm gonna
money.
need a stupid paycheck.
I need
So
65
they said,
million.
okay.
All right. Another Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. in
I'm
Alice in
telling you,
Wonderland.
listen.
Bro,
If I'm gonna get into character as like in depth as Johnny Depp does for these movies, I want a big paycheck as also. Like, you know what I mean?
You're
So
not lying.
it makes
That's
sense.
does
just
go into
that's just
character.
his acting style though.
Yeah,
He would do that
68
if he's getting
million?
68 million or
that's true. Edward
15 million.
Scissorhands, he
Yeah.
didn't make that much off of that movie.
that's just how he does his
Sandra
No.
Bullock
No.
as Dr. Stone in Gravity.
Gravity was such a
70?
garbage movie.
It was
What?
I didn't
Your
like
mouth.
Gravity for nothing.
You didn't? I loved Gravity.
It's got almost a perfect Metascore too.
That's a really watch it again.
It was okay.
Okay,
It
Watch
was
it again,
alright,
and
but
I
it's
guarantee you your opinion will change.
So Bullock was paid $20 million upfront for Gravity, which is an impressive number on its own, but her deal also included 15% of box
Oh,
office
that's
revenue,
insane.
which got her to at least 70 million. That is next level, dude.
How
That's
much
crazy.
did George Clooney make
for his
from
5
that
minutes
movie?
of screen time.
What if he's next? Robert Downey Jr. in
75
Infinity
million.
War, 75 million.
Just can you imagine just being like, hey, I made this much money for acting.
And
And-
that's just Infinity War.
Bro, he made
Exactly.
he made 25 million for 10 minutes in Far From Home
Highest paid per minute.
or Far From Home or Homecoming.
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 8
Sheba.
minutes of screen time.
Come on, Sheba.
That's all he had.
We're hoping. He only had 8
I'm
minutes. of
hurting over
screen-
here. Connecticut minimum
Yo,
wage is 50
you gotta
bucks.
wait. You gotta wait.
All right. Tom Cruise is Ghost Protocol.
Oh, Ghost
Oh, Ghost
Protocol.
Protocol.
Best one.
Okay.
My favorite
75.
Mission Impossible.
Amazing.
He earned every penny.
Ah,
of
the
it.
gloves. I forgot.
I
Ghost Protocol is good.
love this movie.
Man, this
Every time
guy-
you think it's gonna end, it just goes into an even cooler subplot.
It got
I love it.
Yeah.
so much better every second. I wish Josh Holloway had
At
a
the
bigger
beginning,
role. That
yeah,
one-
I would love to
know.
see. I would love to see a spin-off of just him as
Oh.
a spy.
83 per
Reeves.
movie.
So get this.
Matrix is what 97 or something like that.
99,
Yeah,
2001,
back
and
there.
2002.
That's crazy.
Holy cow!
So get this. He actually gave away 50 million per movie back to the studio to help fund the special effects for the movie. He only made 30 million per movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Good guy Keanu. Why do you think people love
Yeah,
him?
yo, Keanu's- he's such a good dude, bro.
So
Oh.
those special effects are crazy for 99. dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Who directed Matrix?
I don't know, but interestingly enough, if you look it up, there was a lot of Christian allegories in the movie. Chosen
Yeah.
One, all
There
the
was,
Trinity.
yeah.
Very interesting. Matrix director.
I don't know what
Also,
that had to do
Darian-
with anything with this
Keanu
question,
Reeves-
but okay.
On a side
Owns
note,
like a motorcycle business.
oh, does he?
Yeah, but
He
the
is
bikes are
successful.
super expensive. Super expensive.
On a side note, I really like the watch ads that you're getting on your browser.
I don't buy watches. I don't know what's going on there. I buy
Some
I love
pretty nice.
Joker. I don't know what this is. And then Will Smith in Men in Black 3 earning $100 million.
The worst
for-
one.
Men in Black 3 was hot garbage.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, that was
so
not-
bad.
But that's
the
probably
time travel in that
Listen,
movie.
100 million.
that's probably
man.
what happened. They said, "Will, come back and make a third one," and he said, "No,
No.
it's garbage." And they were like, "We'll pay you 100 million." He was like, "Bet, I'm there tomorrow." Like,
Ah!
yeah,
Yeah. Wow, I thought that was the soundbite, dude. That was great.
I guarantee
all right,
that's what
so-
happened.
Oh wait, Joey, was that you?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
That was
Oh,
Joey.
shoot, I thought that was a soundbite too. Until
Oh.
Jared said that, I was like, oh, that was
So-
impressive.
Now we will do the 50 highest grossing actors of all time. So this just
Okay, we just gotta wrap it up, my
Can we
boy.
do the
Like
top
that
10?
part.
Can we do like top 10 and then we don't gotta do 50?
Oh, I didn't mean 50. No, I didn't mean. I'm sorry. That was the
You
title. of the
said
article.
50.
That
I
was
was
the
like,
title
no
of the
way.
article. Oh, okay,
We're only doing 5.
Oh,
I'm
5,
sorry.
the top
We're
5.
only doing 5.
all right.
I'm so sorry.
I was about to call up Kevin Spacey.
We're doing
I was
the-
like, yo, just end it. End
The
it, man.
150
I can give you
top
his
grossing.
address.
So I'll start it at number 5. It's Anthony Daniels. Although his
Really?
resume lists just 15 films, Anthony Daniels claims 5.5
C3PO,
billion in total box office. Why? Because of his
How did I
15
forget?
movies, most of them Star Wars.
My neck.
Interesting.
Yep, I like that one. Number 4, Tom Hanks.
I mean,
5.57
makes sense.
billion. Yep.
Deservedly so.
I mean, yeah, we already know.
Wait,
Dude's a legend.
what was that number?
5.57 billion cumulative
5.5.
box office earnings.
5.5.
5.57. 5.57. All right. Number 4. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Number 3.
He's over enunciating everything.
This one's gonna catch you guys off guard. Andy Serkis.
No, I believe
not
that.
even- I'm not
It'll
even
catch me
mildly
off guard.
surprised.
I knew
Alright,
he
that
would.
was not
I
gonna
knew he would
catch you guys
probably be
off guard.
top 10.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff he's done,
5.68 billion.
Andy Serkis is a beast.
just from like the Lord of the Rings and
How
then
much?
Star Wars, Planet of the Apes. I mean,
His films have earned 5.68 billion. Man, his films average $189 million profit each. That is insane. Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, Planet of the Apes, and Star Wars are the biggest ones.
Come on, Shiva, I need you.
Facts. Number 2 is Robert Downey Jr.
okay.
And number 1, Wiley, Samuel Jackson.
Oh, I knew it. See, yeah, had to be. Had
But
to
You
be.
had it in the
Listen to
wrong
the-
order.
Listen to the gap. So Robert Downey Jr. is 5.97 billion.
5.97.
Samuel Jackson is
10?
10 billion.
Yeah.
What?
112 films he's been in.
I remember back.
Samuel Jackson?
Jeez.
Yeah,
He's immortal.
I remember back in like 2012 reading an article where he was like the most expensive actor. So
Yeah,
I was like, he has
crazy.
to be on there because since then he's done so many movies too. So I'm like, he has to be up
Holy
there.
cow. He's
And then-
amazing too.
I
love
thought it'd be cool
Samuel
to
Jackson.
look at the richest actors around, including their business ventures and stuff. And Tom Cruise is number 1 from America. Because if
Okay.
you look outside, then you're getting like big Saudi princes and stuff that have acted in a movie. It doesn't count.
Mhm.
Tom Cruise is worth $570 million, which is
That's insane.
because he's a producer of these movies too, which is
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
He's the 3rd richest actor worldwide.
That's the thing though. He puts his money, unlike Vin Diesel, into ventures that are actually good. Like
Vin's
not-
living his best life. Chill.
not
You
racing
leave
cars
Vin
next
alone.
to Velociraptors.
Yo, Vin seems like a real cool dude. I won't stand for Vin slander.
Do you want to really get into this conversation after having the conversation before? With
The conversation with the
interviews,
conversation and that one
Right?
conversation.
I don't remember this.
with his interviews and how creepy and
Oh.
like.
I'm not a beautiful Brazilian woman. He's not going to come after me. Okay.
Okay, but she was definitely not having that, and he was pushing hard.
Yeah, he was. And you know what? I don't stand by those comments. George Clooney is right behind Tom Cruise. De Niro is right there as well. Mel Gibson, obviously. And then Adam Sandler.
You know what makes me sad?
Adam Sandler. Yeah. What?
Dumb
How
rich dude.
how old some of these actors are getting.
De Niro?
Yeah.
De Niro is an old dude,
Old guy.
man. Al
De Niro
Pacino
looks crazy.
Al Pacino is an old dude. Like these guys are going to be on their way out.
Speaking
pretty
of
soon.
The
These
Godfather.
are legends.
Speaking of The Godfather, which you're not really speaking of, but De Niro, all that kind of.
True.
Sorry to go off track. The Godfather is regarded as one of the best movies, right? You
I think Godfather 2, right?
well,
The Godfather 1 is
the
better.
one is
I stand
it is?
by it.
the one is like, but also literally has the worst rated scene in any movie in history when
Whoa.
when the daughter
Who rates
gets
movie
shot.
scenes?
There's like a scene. The scene is
individual scenes.
it's like it's
I'm
the
giving that one a
acting
4 out of 10.
the acting performance of his daughter when she gets shot.
In the second movie?
And no, the
The
first one.
first one?
Oh.
I've never seen any of them.
It's like the ending of the first one where she gets shot.
Yeah,
and
I
she's
know.
like, "Dad," and then she like, it's regarded as the
No.
worst rated like acting performance.
Really?
Like it
You wanna
won
know
it
who
won like
has one of-
12 awards for like the worst acting performance.
You
Like,
want to
I'm
know who
just-
has one of the worst death scenes I've ever seen in my life?
Taylor Lautner in Ridiculous 6.
No,
He
well,
doesn't
didn't
die.
Oh yeah, he doesn't die there.
No, his neck was so strong,
strong.
that they couldn't hang him.
He was just like,
That movie is amazing. No, the I always forget what her name is. The Cobb's wife from Inception, the one who plays
Talia
Al Ghul.
Oh my god.
And her death scene in The Dark Knight Rises was hot garbage, and I think she's a great actress.
I will finish what my father started.
It was so bad. It was so.
She
so
just kept like
wrong.
convulsing.
Go back, anyone listening, and rewatch
That
her
was a
death
bad
scene
death
in The
scene.
Dark Knight Rises. It is so horrible,
You
and
wanna
I
know
love
what
that
the
movie.
It was like
That
you
is
acting.
so
It was
bad.
like us as children acting like we were dying. That's what it
Yeah.
was. She was just like,
It was terrible.
I always think about when Yoda died. That poor guy just wanted to pass away. And
He just
Luke
wanted
kept
a nap,
talking to him. He kept turning around. And Luke's like, but one
Right.
thing. He's like, oh,
You know that? Do you know it's
Luke was
canon?
like, but Yoda. He was like,
You know it's canon that the blanket he was using in that scene was Qui-Gon's.
yeah.
robe. Yeah.
I like that.
You're talking to a Star Wars podcast here, my friend.
Okay. Well, that's for our listeners.
Best Jedi ever, Qui-Gon. He's the purest form of Jedi.
Oh, Jose's obsessed with Qui-Gon, dude.
Indeed.
Qui-Gon literally represents what a Jedi is supposed to be.
And this is our guest, Liam
Yeah.
Neeson.
Is that Gary Busey? Gary Busey. The one and only. All right. So yeah, that was just about everything.
Awesome.
We got
mean,
our.
You gotta watch The Godfather, bro. That's pretty wild that you haven't seen that.
Yeah, I know.
Brando.
yeah. So, Marlon Brando and Robert De Niro are the only two actors to win an Oscar for playing the same role. Fun fact. But yeah, if you're still listening at this point in the podcast, thank you.
4 hours in.
Appreciate you, Justin, for sticking it out and listening.
You know what?
Yep.
Tell me a new joke.
This episode we've discussed so many like plans for episodes. I'm gonna throw another one in there. Could we do like worst movies, like worst rated, like on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, so it'd be like Joey talking the entire
yeah,
time.
Joey's entire
He'd be
like
the only one that
portfolio
watched
of
these movies.
movies.
He could be like,
I'll give you a big list. Don't worry
he
about
could
it.
be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that one. Oh, I saw
would-
that one. I saw that one last night. Oh, 2 days ago, I saw that one.
If we get like top 5 or something like that, I mean, it wouldn't be obviously next week or 2 weeks. We'd have to like plan it out. But I would do the homework and watch them just for a laugh.
We'll be like, Joey, have you seen X movie? That's
And that's Lights Out.
Oh my
on
God!
the Lightpole podcast.
You're the
Stop!
actual worst.
Stop!
He went by each one of us in individual.
Individual
You
mute.
could
I know, I
have
saw-
hit mute all.
I
you
literally,
idiot.
I literally started going.
Works on backwards.
Okay, you know what? We're actually just gonna go ahead and remove co-host for Darian.
Well, can we
because
have
he's
No!
abusing
can we
of his
have
power.
Joey say the outro? Or
Are we finishing now? We're done.
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Anyone
Oh
else
yeah,
done?
I thought we were really done. I didn't know
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
all right. Joey,
All right.
Hey, that's Lights Out on the Lightpole podcast.
can I have some more oomph to that? Can you do
Yeah,
it
what,
again?
what was that mess?
Give it a little like
It's like, well, I guess it's Lights Out.
chutzpah.
on the Lightpole podcast.
He's like, whatever.
So chutzpah,
Some chutzpah.
L'chaim.
and that's Lights Out on the Lightpole podcast.
Can you